What really happened to the legendary Library of Alexandria? Was it lost in a single devastating fire, or destroyed slowly through war, religion, and neglect? For centuries, historians have debated who burned the greatest treasure of knowledge in the ancient world and why. In this video, we reveal the shocking truths behind Caesar's fire, Aurelion Siege, the Christian Purge, and the myths that hide the real story. Don't miss this journey into history's greatest mystery before the secrets disappear again. Caesar's fire, the story of the Library of Alexandria's destruction, often begins with Julius Caesar's fire in 48 BC. During Caesar's civil war, he was fighting to take control of Egypt. To block his enemies, Caesar set fire to the ships in Alexandria's harbor. Unfortunately, the fire spread beyond the docks and reached parts of the city, including areas near the library. Some ancient sources say this fire caused serious damage to the library's collection of scrolls and manuscripts. However, historians are not sure if Caesar's fire destroyed the entire library or just a part of it. The Great Library was a massive place, possibly spread across different buildings. It's believed that Caesar's fire may have damaged one of these sections, but the library itself continued to exist afterward. This event marks the beginning of the library's slow decline. Caesar's fire was not the final blow, but it set the stage for future damage. The loss was tragic, because the library held thousands of ancient texts, knowledge collected from all over the world. This early damage showed how vulnerable even the greatest centers of knowledge were in times of war. Aurelion Siege. Decades after Caesar's fire, the Library of Alexandria faced another threat during Emperor Aurelion's siege of the city around 270 AD. Aurelian was trying to reclaim Alexandria from Queen Zenobia of Palmyra, who had taken control. The fighting was intense, and much of the city was caught in the crossfire. Historical records suggest that during this battle, parts of Alexandria were heavily damaged or destroyed. The area called the Brucheian, where the library and its sister institution, the Motion, were likely located, suffered greatly. It's believed that the library's remaining collections or buildings were damaged or destroyed during Aurelian's campaign. Unlike Caesar's fire, which may have affected only parts of the library, Aurelion's siege could have caused more widespread destruction. Still, some evidence points out that the library's knowledge and scrolls were scattered or lost in this period. While this event added to the library's decline, the final destruction was still uncertain. It shows how Alexandria, once a center of learning and culture, became a battleground, and its treasures paid the price in the chaos of war. Christian Purge. Another important chapter in the library's destruction involves the rise of Christianity in Alexandria during the late 4th century AD. One emperor, Theodosius I, made Christianity the official religion of the Roman Empire. Pagan temples and symbols were targeted for destruction. In 391 AD, the Christian leader Theophilus led a campaign against the Serapeum, a grand temple in Alexandria that housed part of the library's collection. The Serapeum was a symbol of the old pagan faith, and its destruction was part of the effort to replace paganism with Christianity. The temple was destroyed, and many scrolls and books kept there were likely burned or lost. Some historians believe this event caused a significant loss to the library's remaining knowledge. This act was not just religious, but also political, aiming to erase the old beliefs and their symbols. Though the main library might have already been weakened by earlier events, the Christian Purge marked a violent end to what was left. The destruction of the Serapeum shows how religious conflicts played a role in the loss of ancient knowledge, mixing faith with power struggles in a changing empire. Omars Myth. One of the most famous stories about the Library of Alexandria's destruction involves Caliph Omar, the Muslim leader who conquered Egypt in the 7th century. According to this tale, Omar ordered the library's books to be burned, saying that if the books agreed with the Quran, they were unnecessary, and if they disagreed, they were heresy. However, many historians consider this story a myth. It first appeared centuries after the event, and there is little solid evidence to support it. Early Muslim historians do not mention any deliberate destruction of the library by Omar or his forces. It's more likely that by the time of the Muslim conquest, the Great Library had already been destroyed or fallen into ruin from earlier fires and neglect. neglect. The story may have been created later to explain the library's loss or to reflect religious tensions. Though Omar's role makes for a dramatic tale, modern scholars agree that blaming him for the library's destruction is unfair and probably incorrect. The real reasons for the library's fall are more complex and spread over many years. Decline by neglect. Beyond the dramatic stories of fires and battles, one key reason for the Library of Alexandria's end was simple neglect. Over centuries, the library slowly lost its importance and support. Political changes, economic troubles, and shifting powers meant less funding and care. As Alexandria changed hands through wars and rulers, maintaining such a vast collection became difficult. Without dedicated protection, many scrolls and books were lost to decay, damage, or theft. Ancient texts were fragile, made of papyrus, and needed constant upkeep. Scholars also moved away or stopped visiting, reducing the library's role as a center of learning. This decline made the library vulnerable to further damage from fires or attacks. Neglect doesn't make for a dramatic story, but it's a common cause behind many great losses in history. The gradual fading of the Library of Alexandria shows that even the greatest treasures can disappear if not cared for over time. This slow decline left the library vulnerable to final destruction. Serapeum's fall. The Serapeum was a magnificent temple in Alexandria dedicated to the god Serapis. It also housed a significant part of the Library of Alexandria's collection, serving as a key center for knowledge and learning. Its fall was a major blow to the preservation of ancient wisdom. In 391 AD, during the rise of Christianity in the Roman Empire, the Serapeum was targeted because it symbolized the old pagan religions. The Christian leader Theophilus ordered its destruction as part of a wider campaign against pagan temples. The temple was violently destroyed, and many priceless scrolls and manuscripts stored there were burned or lost forever. This event is often seen as one of the final nails in the coffin for the Library of Alexandria's surviving treasures. The Serapeum's fall shows how religious and political shifts played a crucial role in the loss of ancient knowledge. It was not just a building destroyed, but a symbol of the end of an era when Alexandria was the world's intellectual capital. Legacy of loss. The destruction of the Library of Alexandria is one of history's greatest tragedies. Though the exact cause remains debated, its loss symbolizes how fragile human knowledge can be. The library once held countless scrolls from across the ancient world, preserving ideas in science, philosophy, literature, and more. Its disappearance meant that many works were lost forever, setting back human progress by centuries. Scholars today still mourn the knowledge that vanished, texts from great minds that could have changed the course of history. However, the legacy of the library lives on. It inspires modern libraries and the ongoing quest to preserve and share knowledge. The story of its destruction teaches us the importance of protecting cultural treasures, especially during times of conflict and change. Though lost, the spirit of the Library of Alexandria encourages us to keep seeking knowledge and learning, reminding us that wisdom is a treasure worth defending for future generations. Thanks for watching. If you found this story about the Library of Alexandria's destruction eye-opening, hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into history's biggest mysteries. What do you think? Was the library lost to war, religion, or just neglect? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't miss our next video, the Eye of Horus. Was it really an ancient medical symbol? Stay curious and keep exploring.